Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Friday to everybody. Another weekend, another great weekend of college football and pro football and all that greatness that's going to be going on. Playoff push for baseball for sure. Milestones being hit, all that awesome stuff. I'm actually going to the Yankee game next Tuesday. That'll be part of this video actually. Hold on. So today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while and kind of just felt like doing. The channel here, Baseball Collector, is closing in on a few milestones, and I thought it'd be fun to celebrate that with you guys. I'm closing in on 6,000 subscribers, almost 1 million views on the channel, which is kind of crazy that people watch this old fat guy talk about sports cards. And I'm closing in on 1,000 videos that I've posted to this channel. Well over 1,000 total between bench clear and chasing cardboard and whatnot, but almost 1,000 videos just on this channel. It is funny that people don't go back and watch archived videos, and I get it. I don't really do it either, so I totally understand. Unless it's a relatively new channel, and then I kind of go back and kind of learn about the person and all that. But, you know, very few times do some people do actually go back, and I'll get comments on videos from like 5 years ago and, man, I just watched this, it's great or whatever. So that's kind of interesting, which leads me to what this video topic is about. So I'm going to do a giveaway. Rules are simple. Must do a video response. You need to be a subscriber to the channel, obviously. You don't necessarily have to like the video because I can't tell if you like it or not. So you can if you want, or dislike it. I don't care. But it does need to be a video response. You have until Sunday, October 16th to do it. You need to put a link in this video so A, other people can see it, and B, I can see it. Otherwise, I won't know that you did it. So make sure you do that. What are you going to get? Well, I have collected over the last few months, 6 months or so, just kind of extra cards that I bought accidentally that are dupes in my collection, and I don't need dupes, I just need one. And so I've got a bunch of cards here, I have 7 cards here. You will get to choose 3 of them that you would like. I don't care which 3 you choose. I'll show you what they are, and maybe that'll get you excited. 64 Topps Lou Brock in a PSA 4. A 67 Topps Lou Brock in a PSA 3. These are all still nice though. Just a 78 Topps Strikeout Leaders, Nolan Ryan and Phil Niekro. A 79 Topps Jack Morris in a 7. An 85 Topps Rod Carew in a PSA 9. A 62 Topps Richie Ashburn, the no hat 62 on the Mets in a 5.5. And then a DJ LeMahieu rookie card PSA 8. So I guess if you're a Yankees fan, you might want that. But it's only an 8 for a 2011 Topps. That's not that great, but it was a card I sent in and whatever. You get an 8. So here's what you got to do. Video response, like I said. You need to tell me some of your hobby pet peeves. What are they? I'm going to give you mine here just as examples. And I really thought when I was doing this, I thought, man, I've never heard anybody do a video like that. Doesn't mean it hasn't been done. I just haven't seen it. But I wanted to, what is a pet peeve? And I looked up the definition of what a pet peeve is, and it says a particular and often continual annoyance. So I've got plenty of those in the hobby, although not as many as I thought. I thought I'd be able just to ramble off this list and like, oh my gosh, there's so many things that just irk me about the hobby. But the reality is there's not a lot of things that really bother me. I was surprised when I really started brainstorming this and coming up with a few. So I need my glasses to do this part. But I'm going to go through some of my pet peeves. Maybe it'll trigger some thoughts as you're compiling your list of pet peeves for your video response as to what you might want to talk about. Feel free to duplicate mine. If these also annoy you, it would be interesting to hear you say that. Hopefully you'll come up with some that I hadn't thought of and I'll go, yeah, that annoys me too. That's a pet peeve of mine as well. And so when I broke down the pet peeves, it was some things, you know, different categories of pet peeves, I guess, different parts of the hobby that bother me. But number one, and these aren't in any particular order, like this isn't my biggest pet peeve. It's just, I kind of grouped them together. It really irks me when there's crappy packaging on cards from eBay. You know, when you pay a lot for shipping and it comes well under packaged for what you paid for shipping, that really bothers me. To that end, pet peeve number 2/1A maybe is I hate it when people charge exorbitant amounts for shipping. I'm just like, I don't get it. I ship cards out, either that I'm giving to other people or that selling through consignment, whatever. And the reality is it doesn't cost that much to ship a card. And so, especially if you have, I don't have this, but if you have one of the, you know, eBay portals where you can do it through them and shipping is discounted and all that. I mean, if anyone charges more than $5 to ship a card, I think they are taking advantage of us, the buyer. So that really bothers me. I get that it's not as cheap as it used to be, but everybody, oh, cost of, you know, the top loader and or the mag and the package that you put in, whatever, driving to the post office, it takes time, yada, yada. Yeah, that's the cost of doing business. Like, I don't even, like, I think I charge $4 usually for shipping. It's cost me typically more than that. I mean, I don't know. It just bothers me. Some people can call me out on that and tell me I'm wrong, but I just think when somebody charges $7, $8, $9 for shipping, that just bugs the piss out of me. And it will actually make me not bid on that item. Like, even if I want it, or at least for sure take it into account when I'm bidding on the item. Like, if it's an $8 shipping, I'm going to go, well, I'm going to pay less for the eBay. I don't know. It bugs me. You can tell. See, I'm going to make it triggered a little bit here on a few things because I'll start going. Second thing, a couple things around shows that really bother me about card shows. Biggest pet peeve about card shows is dealers not pricing their cards. I mean, there is nothing more annoying than walking up to a table and having to wait for a dealer to come over and you ask about a card. I mean, and they don't know the price. I mean, that is, or they have to think about it, which again, corresponding to that, or complementary to that, is when dealers sit there and take crazy amounts of time looking up comps on their phone. You know, that just bugs me so bad. And it's like these dealers don't want to get duped. They want to be, you know, right on it and have current prices exactly figured out. And the reality is, I mean, you can do all that work the week of the show. You know, it's not like there's going to be some huge sale the day before the show that's going to make you feel like you lost out. I don't understand that. Price your cards, please, so we can walk up. And there's plenty of times when cards are priced and I walk up and I go, yep, that's not even going to happen because I would make an offer that's insulting. So yeah, price your cards and don't sit there and look up stuff. Another show annoyance and pet peeve is when there are guys coming up with their Pelican cases and just lay them right on the table or on the showcase, and I'm looking at the showcase. They don't even give any thought to anyone else around them, and they literally just go plop down and here you go, Mr. Dealer, you buying? And I'm like, wait a second, I'm buying, so you wait for me. Or having to wait for these deals to get done and they're all comping stuff and it just takes forever, and I just walk away. I'm like, all right, next table. You lost me as a potential customer, so thank you very much. So those are some annoyances about shows. This is a huge annoyance to me, and it's gone on. It's been forever that this happens, and I still don't understand it. And every time I talk about it, people make comments agreeing with this. PSA upcharging for higher value cards. I do not get it. There might be some additional cost to PSA because of the value to insure it and all that stuff, but they should take that into account in the shipping. Or they're having to insure the warehouse where they're keeping all the cards. Well, process the darn cards faster and you won't have to worry about it. But to me, it costs no more money to grade a 52 tops mantle than it does a 69 tops, you know, Joe Schmo, or 85 tops. It's the same process. At least it should be. And if it's not, that's a problem. You should give the same scrutiny and same care to every single card that comes through. And so the fact that they charge differently for different valued card, or upcharge for different cards, or charge even different values, like, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Charge the same. Please. It's stupid. Pisses me off, as you can tell. This is a weird one, and it's sort of hobby related and sort of not, but I collect, this is kind of full encompass collection type stuff. I collect tickets from sporting events that I attend, especially baseball games, because trying to go to every ballpark and have a ticket from that to remember that. And I know as a kid, I didn't do that. I wish I could go back to younger Mike and say, hey, keep all these tickets of all these games that you're going to, because you're going to want to remember and have something to remember when you went to certain places and what happened and all that. And I didn't start doing that until about probably 12 to 15 years ago. And I super regret that. But now that I am doing that and have been doing that, now you can't get a physical ticket anymore. There are a few select places where you can go to the box office and have them print you off a ticket. But most, by and large, you cannot get a physical ticket anymore for a sporting event that you go to. And that's just a huge pet peeve, because I want it as part of my ticket collection. And I can't, it's like, oh, why can't I just print me a ticket? You don't have to print it for everybody, but at least have a way for someone to go get a physical ticket. It just, pet peeve, huge pet peeve, don't like it. Last couple for me. These are YouTube pet peeves for the hobby. There's probably a lot more of these that I just didn't come up with. And this isn't, I certainly don't want to throw any other channels under the bus that I particularly don't care for. But the reality is there's a couple of kind of universal pet peeves that I think could apply to anyone. It's interesting, one of my pet peeves, and when people leave a comment and it's just a negative comment about some mistake that you made. You might do a 10 to 15 minute video and you make one mistake in something you say and somebody points that out and that's their comment. Like, okay, thank you, Captain Positive. Really appreciate that. Thanks for pointing that out. And most oftentimes when I shoot a video and I watch back all my videos once they're posted, and I'll realize I made a verbal mistake or something. You know, the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was on the fly with Mike and Ty, and I said that Judge had won an MVP award, and he has not won an MVP award. He probably will in a few months after this season's over, but he had not. And I said incorrectly that he had. Man, there were several people in the comments that Judge has never won an MVP. You're an idiot or what. I'm like, dude, I was in the moment just talking and I didn't look it up. Agreed. I probably should have and not said it, but I made a mistake and fully admit it. Sorry. But when people do that, it just bugs the pee out of me. Number 8, last one. It really bothers me when people don't turn their camera the proper way to shoot a video. Like, this is landscape versus portrait, right? I realize that on YouTube Shorts, which is really weird why they do this, but on YouTube Shorts, you have to turn it this way. That doesn't make any sense to me, why YouTube can't be configured for the other way for Shorts, but whatever. But when people don't turn their camera the right way, it's like, oh man, I want to see, the cards, or people don't show their cards right. They kind of like, no, I want to see the whole card. Show it to me. If you want to point out a particular part of the card, great, but show me the whole card, including the slab, if it's in a slab. Like, I want to see the whole thing. But, it's funny. I don't really have to talk a lot about that, because if you've never seen it, Snoop12922, Xavier, did the world's greatest rant video. Oh God, it's been years now. I'll try to find it and put a link to it down below, because after you watch this, if you've never seen Snoop do his rant video, it's worth a few minutes of your time. You'll have fun with that. It's pretty good. So that's it. So again, do a YouTube video response. Tell me your hobby pet peeves. I'd love to hear them. Link it to this channel and link it to this video. You have until October 16th, and you can pick some cool cards out of my collection that are extras that I'd love to put in your collection. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you have a great one, great weekend. Talk to you soon. Keep collecting.